Hey guys, my name is Scott Buitta, and I'm generating a video today and on food trucks and mobile kitchens and the importance of what it takes to be involved in doing a mobile food service. I have a food service in New Hampshire, in New Hampton, New Hampshire, the Barbecue Shack. I'm the owner and operator. Last year I served over 10,000 people. So I have an idea. I've been working with food for over 40 years, and I have a lot of people that come to my place and say, boy, I wish I could have a food truck or a mobile food service. And I say it's a job of passion. You have to be passionate for food. And I just had a list of things here I wanted to discuss with you. If you're serious about getting into the food business, it's a fun business. There's a lot of work involved. You have to get up early. You have to keep things simple, you know. But I have a list of important things that you have to consider to get started. And if you could take some notes, because these are very important things that you need to understand, okay? I'll be going over each of these steps. I have a list of 20 things I was going to mention, and I'll get into them in further detail on individual videos, because I do want to help people who want to get involved in the food business, okay? So if you're interested in food, I've been working with food for over 40 years. My thought is to keep it simple, safe, and think ahead of the curve. Again, you want to make everybody satisfied in what you give them. So if you have to test out your recipes and get thumbs up from your recipes, that's how you have to do it. You have to make sure that the masses enjoy your food. You're better off having fewer things that are highly wanted, than a lot of things where half the things are good, So you have to make sure everything you serve is the best all the time. I work on one-on-one with every customer and verify that they're enjoying the food that they're eating, before I even serve them. But anyhow, number one, you have your local regulations and your permits, understanding the zoning and health department regulations for the area that you're looking to establish. Location's a good point to look at. You want some traffic, but people will travel for good food. I've seen places out nowhere that are busy because they're known, and good places are hard to find. And I want your place to be the best around, so people will seek you out, But find out about your local regulations and your permits, your zoning laws, your health department requirements, safety, very, very important, cleanliness, and all the necessary permits to operate, okay? I have a number two, to develop a unique and appealing concept. You have to have a niche. What is your type of food? Mine is smoked foods. I love doing a smoked ribs and chicken and brisket and all that fun stuff. But some people like a Mexican or an Italian or a pizza or hot dogs. You can have 10 different types of hot dogs or sausages. You know what I'm saying? So your niche, and we call this a concept. Okay, you have to identify, and you have to have that memorable one thing that you do more awesome than anybody. Okay, and that's going to differentiate you from everyone. That's number two. Number three, you have to develop a menu. You have to write it down on paper, discuss it with all your friends, talk to everybody you know about coming up with a menu. that everyone enjoys, not just yourself. A lot of these chefs and cooks and everything, they think that they're the most important. They're not. The customer is the most important. You have to satisfy them, and when your customer is happy, the business thrives. So everybody, your idea, but it has to be approved by everyone. Okay, so get your menu idea in order, and you have to think about your food costs, your prep time, and everything that gets involved for your menu. Keep it simple, keep it small. You don't have to have a lot of things. They say something about sandwiches. 5 sandwiches are phenomenal. You don't need more than that, right? Um, People have 200 channels on their TV, and they end up only watching 5 stations, average, right? You don't need 200 sandwiches. You need 5 good sandwiches, okay, as an idea. Number 4, you have to develop a business plan. Okay, you have to have a market, a pricing strategy, people what they can afford. Okay, how are you going to get the word out? You're going to have you talk with other businesses in the area. Create yourself a business plan. How do you think you're going to operate? You have to get your accounting in order. You have to have your little office space so you can order food, and you have to have some money to start up with. I'll get into each one of these in later videos, but again, this is the setting up of a business for yourself. You have to get yourself a business plan, okay? And if you look up what is a business, it'll give you an idea of the things you have to look at in regards of operating a business. This is a business. You're going to be collecting tax, this food tax. You're going to have to separate that away. You're going to have a bank account and all that stuff. So business plan, okay? These are just highlights. You have to look to see how much money you have, and if you have any backing of money in case you need, okay? You're going to have to figure out your startup costs, okay? All right, so then you have to decide on your equipment, whether you're going to be purchasing new or used, what equipment that you need. Keep it simple. You can always add. It's easier to have the fewer things. A panini grill, for example, can do a lot of different things. You know, you don't need fryolators up front if you're not getting involved. I think fryolators can complicate a startup. Um, you have to think about every piece of equipment and the cleaning involved in every piece of equipment. I know one most important aspect that you need for equipment is a stove. You know, do you need a $5,000 stove, or can you get away with $1,000 stove? You know, electric. You have a power source, or do you go gas? So think of the main things that you need to start up. Okay. Um, but you're going to work a trailer, which is a lot less expensive than a food truck itself. But I have a mobile unit. I have a trailer. Okay, so you have to decide on your layout of your unit. Your mobile unit is going to be the trailers are you can get a used 20 foot, 7.5 foot high. You